Brand new Fox News Power Rankings predicting Republicans will win at least 225 House seats, and that would give the GOP a 7-seat majority.
So, Dana, factor in the toss-up seats, and there are many, by the way. That margin could grow as high as 37 as of today.
And fueling that potential red wave is a lack of enthusiasm for the president and his policies, and that is me having the gift of understatement. A new poll shows a mere 13% of Americans say the country is on the right track.
Adding insult to injury, more than 60% of Democrats do not want Joe Biden as the party's nominee come 2024.
So Alexandria Hoff is covering all of this from Washington. She kicks us off today. Hi, Alex.
Hi, Dana. Hi, Bill. You know, when we talk about the nomination, we have to talk about age. Right now, President Biden is preparing for his trip to the Middle East, which is controversial in its own right. But this trip was originally supposed to be combined with his visit to Europe last month. According to the New York Times, though, 10 days was just considered too taxing for the 79-year-old. Peter Baker wrote, as Mr. Biden insists he plans to run for a second term, his age has increasingly become an uncomfortable issue for him, his team, and his party. The write-up includes concerns from aides regarding the president's, quote, shuffle and fall potential, as we saw happen right there off his bike in Delaware. And when it comes to a bid for a second term, words like expect and intends pop up often.
Yes, I do expect him to run. I'll support him. And let me tell you why he's going to have a lot to be proud of.
Listen to President Biden. He intends to run. And if he does, I intend to run with him. So there you go.
Well, according to this New York Times poll, age is the top reason that Democratic primary voters would support someone else. Next was the president's job performance, and 10% reported that he wasn't progressive enough. The executive director of the Women's March told the Washington Post this weekend, quote, I think that Biden has an opportunity to step forward in a leadership role in a way that he has not. Outgoing White House Communications Director Kate Bedingfield defended the president's handling of the abortion ruling, writing, quote, Joe Biden's goal in responding to Dobbs is not to satisfy some activists who have been consistently out of step with the mainstream of the Democratic Party. So progressives not happy with that statement there. And politics aside, if we are talking age alone, former President Trump, who is 76, posted on Truth Social this weekend that, quote, life begins at 80. Bill, Dana.
Alex, thank you so much. Bill, show us what you have.
Okay, Dana, here we are on the board, and this is our forecast 4 months out. We believe Republicans will take control of the House. How big that margin is still to be determined, but we think today, with your majority at 218, Republicans have a solid 225, which would give them a majority by 7 seats over 218. But this is the thing to watch, and you're going to hear a lot about these toss-up states. These toss-up districts, rather, over the next 4 months, and we're going to go through them together. Remember, this is the House now, and this is what we see with your majority at 218. The reason why we are so confident to predict Republicans will take the majority in the House is this big fat number here on the right, Dana. We believe they have 192 solid Republican seats right now in the bag. And for something to change now, it would have to be significant in order for Democrats to move from 141 up to the area that we see right here with Republicans at 192. Why does this happen? Well, you could talk about the Biden policies. You could talk about the last year and a half. You could also talk about history. Bill Clinton's first midterm lost 58 in the House. George Bush is the exception. He gained 8. Remember, that was security was the big issue here at home and overseas coming off 9/11. Barack Obama, after Obamacare, lost 63 seats in 2010. And Donald Trump, when Democrats got energized, lost 40 seats in his first midterm. So you see what history tells you pretty much is stacked up against Joe Biden. That's on the House. Now on the Senate, this is a much more interesting story because we simply do not know what can happen here. Remember, it shows you the House. Here's the Senate. Right now, you're at a 50-50 majority. The number of toss-ups much smaller, obviously. The numbers are much smaller as well in the Senate. But you're going to hear a lot, Dana, over the next 4 months about 5 to 8 Senate races across the country. And those 5 to 8 toss-up races will determine the majority in the U.S. Senate come mid-November. So as of today, that's our power ranking. That's the way we see it, always subject to change. But reality in mid-July is that Republicans are in the driver's seat.
Right.
Dana.